is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world. Yep. What's up? It's your boy Humble Dad back with another Humble Dad podcast. Got a great show for you this evening. How do I know? Because I said so. And we typically do providing you solutions as it relates to your relationships and marriages and all those things in between. And so we're going to be talking about how you affect your relationships. It came to my mind because a lot of us seem to think that our relationships are a byproduct of what other people have done to us. That's how some people think. But we'll talk about how that looks and what people think tonight. All right. So before we get started, we're going to be talking about, or the question is going to be, what are the best cities to visit? Now, I had the question differently, but Jamie told us not to do that. And so, I'll be respectful of her today. Okay. On this topic anyway. Maybe not another, but nevertheless, here we go. What are the best cities to visit is the question. And we're going to start with none other than the Hulk Hogan of the internet. Prototype. What's up, homie?
I don't have no soundboard, no applause.
You just feel, you look defeated.
A little bit, because man, best cities to visit. I'm not sure. I will say this. A lot of times when I go places, I'll say to myself, I could have just stayed in Atlanta for this. You know what I'm saying?
So Atlanta is what you're saying?
It gotta be Atlanta. You know what I mean? Because when I go somewhere, unless it's like overseas on the beach on the island somewhere like that, I always say like, you know what? I could have just stayed home.
So the best city for you is Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, that's a bet. Okay. So we're going to appreciate you for being here as usual. Hey, we're going to welcome to the stage none other than the Texan of all Texans. Ash in the build.
Oh, hey.
He's
How you
out
doing?
of the picture, but okay, here we go. Thank you.
Hi.
What's up?
What I would say would be anywhere with a beachfront that you can walk in the water and see your toes. Like go to Cancun, Mexico. Make sure you get a hotel by the beach because that just something about that is relaxing. Just to look at that nothing. Because if you live in the city and you drive in the inner city, that can get hectic. But if you by the beach, that's fun. That's always fun. Good vacation spot.
That's what's up. Where's the last place you've been?
Nowhere because I'm broke. The last place out the country was Jamaica. About 2 years back. So yeah, this year I fumbled the bag so bad, and I'm so mad because I was supposed to go back to Jamaica this year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you need to do a budget next time.
No, next time I'm gonna sit down when I'm supposed to sit down and not buy that new. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not gonna act right. That's why I ain't got no man now. Anyway, keep it moving.
And welcome to the stage, none other than Jamie in the building.
What's up? I was focused on the second question. Already. I was like, okay. I'm about to get this answer. But I'm going to say the best city to go would be Belize City. Go to Belize City and experience
Latin America?
In Central America.
Oh, in Central America. I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's where my mom is from. So that's where I would have where she would send us for summers when we were younger.
That's what's up. Hey, we taking it out of the country. I see y'all.
Yeah.
Except Prototype. He thinks Atlanta is out of the country. Okay. It is out of this world though. All right. Say we're gonna welcome none other than we got a new newbie to the show. Welcome all the way from Cali, Miss Monica.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. Thank you for saying yes. All right. So what you got? What are the best cities to visit or city to visit?
Some of my favorites have been Barcelona, Spain, Sydney, Australia, and Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, that's what's up. Which one is the most recent?
Johannesburg.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, I went. That was my third time going, so I definitely enjoy Johannesburg.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you for being here. I would say if we're going out of the country, mine was Goa in India. It's the beachfront, similar to what Ash is talking about. It was like all expenses included, so to speak, and it was a resort right off of the ocean, literally probably about 150 feet walking distance. And so I would say I was like 25 when I went there. And then the second place was it's in Alabama. It's a man, it's right off the ocean too. I can't think of it right now. I have to come back to it, but it's in Alabama. I went there maybe like 4 years ago. It was pretty dope. Went with the family. All right. So that's what I got. What you got, Prototype? Oh my gosh, I'm not reading that. This dude in the back channel. Y'all see what this dude talking about?
What's wrong with Phuket?
It don't sound like what else?
Like Phuket is dope.
Where is it?
Thailand.
You been?
Yes.
When?
Last year.
That boy had to think. Did you see that, hey, Jamie? I know you're a psychologist, right? Did you see the eyes? You see what it did? That man shit. Like, we gonna get this money.
Go to the Instagram, you'll see it.
That's a so we listen. We gonna start it like this, regardless of what Jamie thinks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start with who determines your success. Now, the reason why I say this is because they had a thing called affirmative action. They had a thing called nepotism. Have a thing called networking, and then you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So there's so many different sayings that you could put out there that I guess people would say determines their success. But what do you say? What do you say? And we'll start with Prototype. Who determines your success?
I guess it depends on what you call success, right? To know who determines it, right? Because if you use nepotism, or you got your parents leave you a little nugget, and maybe success is becoming rich. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your goal was rich by 25 or something like that. Well, you're gonna need some help getting there to be, if you want to consider yourself successful. But if rich is the goal in all, then it's you who determines that. You know what I mean? Because you have up until your last day to become rich, and then you can die the next day. But at least you say you made it one day. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you determine. What's determined as success and where you come from, right? I would tell my kids all the time, like, good is not good enough when you're supposed to be great. You know what I'm saying? So if you have it in you to be great and you come short of greatness, then you're not successful. So I would say, I mean, ultimately you, but other factors definitely play a role.
That's what's up. Who you got?
I'm gonna give it to Ash because she always says she don't got no answers, and we took it all.
Well, you just did take my answer, so I mean, whatever. But anyway, since he want to start, since he want to drop elbows and stuff, I'm gonna say it's you, because you need to determine what success look like in your eyes. Because I tell my kids all the time, I can't tell you where to go in life, because I ain't been where you trying to go, and what you see is not what I see, and how you feel about certain objectives or what you trying to obtain ain't the way I feel about it, because the word can't in this house is a cuss word. Because my follow-up is, did you try? If you don't try, don't come talking to me about you can't. Because if you didn't try, how you know you can't? So I'm gonna go with Miss Monique.
Yeah, success is determined by you. Even through the lens of difficulty, even through the lens of hardship, it is still a matter of how you take every hardship and every difficulty and how you can learn from it, grow from it, mature through it, and apply what you've learned to be able to be at the place where you want to be. Successful in whatever area that could be, whether it's success in work, in relationships, finances. So you really are the determining factor, regardless of circumstances.
Okay, that's good. Okay, who you got going next?
Miss Jamie.
Now
Yay!
You didn't have time now.
I know. I'm so excited. No. All right. So success says, the definition of it says, the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Right. So until you find your purpose, then you don't have anything to measure the success with. So find your purpose first, or what your purpose or your aim or your goal is in that moment. And then, yes, you determine your success. But for me, I would say my standard comes from, of course, God, the Bible. And then my actual, what I measure that by is really simple. Like, did I make it? Did I try? Did I attempt? Am I going to try again? Did this work for me? And it's to me, it's fail to win, because when you do any type of business or anything like that, or just in life, you're going to fail a couple of times. If you're not failing, you're not trying. So you determine your success, and the higher power that you serve should be a part of that as well. That's what I will say. Dwayne.
Mute Jones.
Boy, so daggum. My gosh.
Hey, do you remember do you read the Bible app?
The app?
Yeah, the Bible app.
We'll go with yes.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, so but there is, like, at the top of the Bible app, there's like this streak. Like, it tells you how often you have read the Bible, right? Like, if this was a streak of you being on mute, like last week was your one, and now you're starting over. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for the long explanation there, HG. I appreciate that. I was waiting for it.
Well, listen, if you would have called it earlier, I wouldn't have to explain it. All right, who determines your success?
I do. Whether or not I could take that daggone mute button off is a success. So yeah, I determine my successes, and I also then determine my failures too. Well, Ben Carson had the quote, the person that has the most to do with you is you. So I like that. The person that has the most to do with you is you. So you're the one who determines your success.
Okay. So we going with, it sounds like everybody is saying that I myself, right, am the reason why I get to where I'm planning to get to. That's what I'm hearing so far. Right. And as you know, the question that we're going to get to is how you affect your relationships, right? So that's the reason why I wanted to start there, Miss Jamie, right? Because I wanted to see what everybody would say so that we transition this way. So next question, you ready? If you're single, can it never be you? Dwayne, why you leave? If you're single, can it never be you? Meaning, we always blame somebody else for the reason why the relationship didn't work. However, this can also relate to in a marriage too, right? Where we'll say that it was somebody else that's the reason why it didn't work. So if you're single or married, can it never be you? We're going to rock on with Miss Monique. What you got?
Oh, no, of course. It's us too. I mean, this is a part of something that I teach in the mentorship program, of looking introspectively, because not everything is always everyone's fault. There's maturity, there's growth that needs to take place within us as well. So yes, the nature is to want to blame someone else and not take the responsibility, and to see what I could have done different, or where I just need to mature and where I need to grow. So most definitely it's on us as well.
Okay, who you got going next?
Ash.
It's definitely not me. Everybody else is the problem. It's never nobody on the panel, right?
Shout out to Rick. He in the chat, y'all, just so you know.
You know I had to hit it. You know I had to get it. Can it never be you? It's always be. Y'all know my slogan. Dang it, I didn't put it up there. Y'all know I'm wrong 99.9% of the time. It's always me. It's always I want too much. I'm doing too much, you know. I'm going outside the box of everybody's comfort. So yeah, it's it's never me. I'm never wrong. I don't know what they're talking about. Jamie, what you got over there?
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Stop with the foolishness. HD ain't got to say it. Stop with the foolishness. I understand we got company, but can you be yourself today? Because
I'm just, I'm trying, because see, I have been watching myself, right? And I'm trying to like be better. That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's me being introspective right here. See how that worked right there? See, I had watched myself and I seen that there was a problem, and I was trying to be better. You like that? You like that? But honestly, if you want to be honest, I don't care. I don't care if it's me sometimes or if it's somebody else. There's just sometimes where I feel like I had gotten to this point. I think I said this before. If a bum on the street could get a relationship and be happy, I can too. I can too. It's just I think everybody's making it so difficult. Like, would you want me to always think that it's like my fault or not my fault? I don't know. I don't want to be perfect, and it's starting to get insane to me. That's part of my answer, but realistically, for a long time I didn't think it was me, right? And then you have those moments where you're like, nah, I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? I run like a bat out of hell when it gets too difficult. And so, but that takes a lot of courage to say that I'm the problem. So yeah, it can be you. It could definitely be you. Do you want it to be? No, never. Because I'm a princess and my daddy said I was perfect.
Did he say that for real?
Yeah, he said I was, though, for real. Like, my dad, it's my friend.
Man.
And you wonder why these women got these mixed, this delusion they got going on. I pick no fights.
Remember, I said I thought I was dark skinned until I got on here and realized I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was dark. For real.
Delusion is rampant, y'all. Y'all think I be playing when I be talking about these Delulus? They go one of them. We didn't even know it was
like I am not anywhere close to my daddy color at all, but in my mind I was, and I feel some type of way every time I get on here.
What? You feel some type of way because Prototype think he a dark skinned dude too. So that's funny that y'all even went there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who you got going next, Jamie?
Who didn't go? Monique went, right? Dwayne didn't go. Okay. Dwayne, you go. You go.
Appreciate that. Yes. If you're single, can it never be you? No. You always got room to grow. You always got room for improvement. The moment you think it's not you, then you're blinded. So I keep it simple.
So no continuation of a thought tonight, Dwayne? Like you didn't give us analogies or nothing. Like y'all real brand new, for real. Ain't they, Ash?
I don't like these people at all. Where's the regular people? Where's the regular people? Where the boxing glove is off? Everybody got a razor blade. Let's cut it up. What?
I need to get the hat.
You might.
Please put it on. Maybe you'll have some better. I mean, maybe you'll act like yourself. I don't understand because you're being real democratic right now.
I haven't been so offended in my life. Hey, you know what? Y'all go ahead and y'all have a good night, okay? Because I'm a.
Please leave and be late and come back. That's the problem. He ain't late enough. Something's wrong. I don't know who these people are. Monique, I'm sorry if you watch previous shows and these people is putting on these masks. I don't know what's going on.
Ash, it's just Monday. What have they done to you?
Listen, we always meet on Mondays. What you mean? We don't get another.
Okay, my work day starts on Sunday. What you talking about?
Why the violence?
She always chooses it. Prototype, how you went?
No.
Let's go get it.
For one, let me get some things straight. I don't think I'm dark skinned. I know I'm not dark skinned, but I am not light skinned either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be a part of the dark skin gang. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not brown skin. I kind of got some red undertones to me. I don't know what I am. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna leave me out of your dark skin gang. I don't want to be in there, and I don't want to be no light bright either. You know what I'm saying? And don't talk about my eyes, because leave me alone. 2, it's always the man's fault. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman's single, it's the man's fault. And if he's single, it's also the man's fault. It's never a woman's fault that she's single. So
okay, so all right, so here we go now. So that goes back to the original question when I said about success. So would you say that the reason why women would be successful is because of men? You fading, bro. Like you have a little glitch.
Yeah, I do got a little glitch. Well, yeah, women are successful because of men.
So women are successful because of men.
Yeah, because we have to give them space to be successful. Like they can't just be successful on their own. It's because we carved out a piece and said, "Hey, you go be successful in this lane." But that's generally what happens because men generally dominate everything. So, but when they convince us not to be such bullies and dominate the way we do, then when you're forced to play nice, then they get the chance to be successful.
Very interesting. You might have to go out and come back in because we need to hear what you got to say. So what do y'all think about that, ladies? What he just said? He said that women are, first of all, he said it's men's fault if men or women are single, and then as it relates and connected to success, women are successful because of men. So, and here we go with how you affect your relationships for sure, because he might affect some of y'all's relationship with him.
He triggered me. I ain't gonna lie to you. He triggered me.
I bet. Explain.
I'm lying. I don't care nothing about what he over there saying. He dark skinned in a light skinned body. But anyway, I can kind of agree with that, because if you choose the wrong dude and he ain't going nowhere and you're trying to motivate him and try to build him into this character that you've made up in your head playing in delusional land, you could waste a lot of good years of you, and then you wasted hard time, resources. You done had 34 kids, and now you mad at everybody, mad at the world. Because a lot of just think about the average bitter woman. That's for all races. And then you look at the man that you with, because I'm telling you, I see this all the time. Man could be high drunk. This woman sitting there, she better not look at my man. What's she looking at my man for? Baby, anybody want them problems? That's why I tell people, I'd be happy some of y'all be in relationships, because we don't need those problems in the rest of the world. Somebody else is dealing with that chaos. That's why I never look at nobody's relationships like, "Ooh, I wish I was them," because you don't know what they going through on the back end, what the real struggle is. Just because they come out, put on these nice label designers, looking like a walking billboard advertisement, however you want to say it, that's cool and fine and dandy. But at the same time, you don't know what it takes to do that. Like if you was been in that woman's shoes, you probably lose your mind. You probably been uncut them or something. Not promote violence. I'm just saying, like some of y'all not built for some of these problems that come with some of these guys. Like some of them do have to work to get them into a space or a shape or a mind frame of what they want them to be, and then when they still turn out to be, you know, a jack-o'-lantern or a jack in the box, you know, they still mad. So,
I'm sure you was thinking of another Jack, but I got you.
No, I wasn't thinking of the Jack with the A. I was thinking of the Jack in the Box because see, you twirling it and twirling it, and you hope some magical unicorn pop out, but then you know it's the jester to pop out with the little bells on it, talking about ding 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 ding, waste of time. You know, just
Okay.
I hate him. That's why I hate that dude over there. It's
So
all love,
Monique,
yeah. It's all love, but I hate
so Monique, what do you think? What based on what Prototype said?
I mean, when it comes to relationships, on one hand, I think it's both. Because men are the pursuers, or they should be the pursuers. And if they're not pursuing, or if they're not ready for a relationship, then that's why I think you do have a lot of single women out here, actually, who maybe really are ready for marriage and ready for a serious relationship, but the men aren't. But at the same time, the culture is also breeding a very large group of narcissistic, self-absorbed women at the same time, which I think comes from social media, to be honest. But really, because the man is supposed to be the pursuer, he is supposed to be the one who is the initiator when it comes to relationships. So, Dwayne, I just see your face and I'm just wondering what you were thinking.
Man, that was heavy. I think that's the first time that's referred to on the show. Narcissistic women. Putting that together.
Yes, there are. I mean, this is a part of, like I said, a lot of what I do is I do a lot of ministry to Christian singles, and I have a mentorship program. So there's a lot of things that I talk about. So that's one of them that we see. And even I wrote a book in regards to singleness as a believer. So this is what we're seeing, especially in this social media era, and unfortunately, women are leaving traditional values. Women are leaving ways as far as they've become the pursuer. Women have become so much more aggressive than what they used to be. And that's actually not a good thing, because it really is within the man that God has put to be the pursuer. The man is supposed to be the pursuer, the protector, the provider. And we see that as laid out in scripture. And so when we have that, I think why we don't have men pursuing is because they're starting to get used to women pursuing them instead. And so that's why I'm saying it's like throwing off the balance of really how I believe the way God has designed it.
Hey, can you put the book in the chat, or tell us what's the name of the book?
Oh, sure. So the most recent book I wrote is called Satisfyingly Single for Now. And oh, look, I have a copy right here. So that's it. So you can find it on my website, Amazon, anywhere. So it's all about how to do singleness well and how to prepare yourself for the mate that you're believing God for. And I'm not promising you marriage, but what I am is trying to get you to position yourself to a place where you are ready, and even in your singleness, how to be content in your singleness. So that is a lot of how I teach and direction, because I know how some people are like, do this and join me and you'll be married in 12 months. Like, and sure, that could totally happen. But for me, it's like, because I think we have a problem with people who are just way too immature, and are immature emotionally, immature spiritually, and they're not actually ready for the thing that they're praying for or believing God for. So this is why I want to help better prepare Christian singles. So that's what I do. Let me put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so Jamie, what do you think about what Prototype said? Or you don't want to respond to Pro? You agree or disagree?
Look, be an active participant. Stop being. Stop taking
Listen,
up.
I think
this
she's
is
still
the wrong
distraught
place
from
to take
last week, though, when she heard that statistic.
If you're gonna cry about these statistics, baby, this is not the time or the place. You go over there to Instagram and cry.
I'm not crying. I ain't said nothing. I don't have nothing to say on what he said.
But I'm asking, do you agree or do you disagree that he's saying that women are successful or fail basically because of men, is what he said?
I mean, I agree with him.
So
Are you
the
been?
reason why you failed is because of a man.
I mean, we didn't get in the working field until men went off to war and we had to work. It wasn't something that we were really required to do except for be at the house. And so when he said that men carved out a section for women to be allowed to be in these industries, and that if we look at the reality of it, it's the truth. Okay. What?
Okay.
We didn't go into the working field and start working until men went off to war and we were required to start taking over certain industries or having to work because they weren't coming back.
Okay. So, all right, let's hold that thought. So, do you believe that that's when relationships begin to change?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, walk me through then. How was it the man? If the woman is now working, okay. Let me back up. Dwayne, you may be able to follow me on this one, right? With the GED education, but I'm gonna do it like this.
Wow.
He always says that. So why can't I say?
I know. It sounds so much bad.
Right? Okay. So Monique said that women are narcissistic.
Mhm.
Now,
Wait. What I
be.
said was the current culture we're starting to see that take place.
okay. When did the current culture start?
I'd say the social media era. I would say within these last 10, 15 years is when it's been more of becoming very self-absorbed. Now, men are,
then?
excuse me?
You don't think it was before then, during the liberation era?
Well, I'm talking about as far as when it comes to relationships and what he was saying, because I was saying how, well, men aren't really pursuing like they used to pursue.
Okay.
And I feel like women have had these very high expectations of men. Like what I hear from men is now women want the 6'6" man. He has to be 6 foot, have a six pack, and make six figures, or else she doesn't want him. So that's what I'm saying. That is kind of what we're seeing, and it's definitely the social media era is where, because filters and it's all about me and posting what I'm doing, where I'm at, showing just the highlight reels. And so it's really almost bred covetousness, to be honest, because people see something that someone else has and the way they live and they want that same thing and trying to replicate it. And so that's why I'm saying. So I feel like it's within this last 10, 15 years when you've really started to see that take place.
Okay.
So so I'm not saying women are, because men are very much narcissistic as well. But I'm just saying, as far as the way women have responded to men now because of what we're seeing social media era. That's why.
But what I'm hearing though is that the response to women becoming narcissistic was because of men. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily.
Why would a woman become narcissistic? Because if we're talking about it's the social media era, then that means that these likes that they're getting are typically from men.
It's true.
Okay, so the men are clicking on the likes, and this dopamine that these women are having, now it inflates their ego, so to speak. Now they become narcissistic, and so are we saying that is what's contributing to, like, men are contributing to the women that they say that they don't want, so to speak?
I mean, yeah, that's a given. What do you?
However, my premise is that women have been running the show as it relates to the sexual marketplace longer than social media has been around. I mean, Living Single was around before social media, right? Sex and the City was around before social media, right? So that's what I'm saying, that I think that women took a position of narcissism, if that's the word you want to choose, way before social media. What you got, Dwayne?
No, I'd agree with what both of y'all are saying. But Monique, the way that you put it is we're seeing more of it now. And I think because of the social media's ability to reach more people, that's what's causing that rapid increase. So within these last 10 or however many years it's been since, like smartphones, it's been a rapid acceleration of that activity basically being in front of everybody. So like the whole covetousness that you made mention of, it's being more readily available for people to consume those things, in which causes them to exhibit those behaviors. So Jamie hit it, like those are just steps, but now we're just being able to see it on a much broader scale and right in front of us.
Interesting. Okay, so let me ask this question then. This may go to this question. So do women mirror men, or do men mirror women? Right? You following that? Do I need to expound upon that? Break it down? Y'all got it?
Go with your take on that, because I want to see if we're in the same thing before I say what I got to say.
Well,
before I'm called upon. I'm sorry.
So you might be first. All right. So what Prototype said was that, he goes back with the CEO, when he says the man is the CEO and the woman basically will fall in line. He says that, right? But then there's also an indication where we see that women are influential in how men make decisions as well, right? So my question is in such, is it that the woman is mirroring herself after how men are doing? Or are men trying to basically mirror themselves after what women seem to want? Does that make sense? No, yet. I'm a teacher, so I see body language is a little. So this is what. Go ahead, Pro.
I'm gonna say both, right? I say a lot of men see how certain men get women and be like, oh, that's what I need to do to get a woman. So then they'll become that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of suburban kids will start selling drugs because of the clout, right? And it's only because of clout. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have to do that, or should they? They really not street dudes like that, but they see that street dudes get girls. Oh, that's how you get the girls? So okay, then I'll become a street dude, then I can get the girls. You understand what I'm saying? So depending on whatever, powerful men get girls, get women, right? And women tend to marry those men. Mirror those men. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman marry y'all copycats. That's what y'all are. You know what I'm saying? As soon as your girl gets with a guy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all start wearing the shoes he likes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all start dressing like him, but a female version. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all mirror men. But when, if a dude is looking at a pimp get all the girls, then he starts acting like a pimp, which that's not really how he is or what he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what man, but I think men will mirror weaker men will mirror men that they think get all the girls. You know what I'm saying? So in actuality, they're chasing after the girls.
Who you got going next?
Mute.
Appreciate that. Do women marry men, or do men mirror women? Sorry, mirror. So I agree with Prototype. But I also then believe that people are going to mirror who's going to make them successful. Yeah, go ahead, Proto. Go ahead. Was that a technical or a timeout? Which one?
I don't got no sound box, man. Like I need to drop the bombs, and I need to drop every button I got on my sound pad for the fact that you just agreed with me. That's the first time in history.
Wow. Okay, there's always that day. But yeah, no, it does make sense. But I believe that people are going to mirror the people that they believe will make themselves successful because their interests align. So I was just doing a quick little search and looking at the social media influencers, like the top ones, and they're men and women on that list. And I do believe that I see two of the top ones are soccer players, Cristiano Ronaldo and then Lionel Messi, and they're just athletes. But then I see Taylor Swift on there. I see Beyonce on there, Selena Gomez. Those are top influencers, and they're not influencers for men. They influence women. So as for those athletes, they're influentials to men. And I don't necessarily say weak men either, because if you want to mirror someone, again, it all boils down to what success is. And if you see something that they have, you're going to try and mirror that because you see them being successful at it. So whenever it comes to relationship, though, you're going to do what you need to do in order to make it successful. And even to the earlier question, I was thinking, as for who is dependent on in that relationship, whenever we come together, you're now having similar goals. You're coming together as one. And if you come into a relationship with separate goals and those goals are not aligned, that's not going to be a successful marriage. That's not going to be a successful relationship. But if your goals are aligned and your values are aligned, then you guys both will then strive for that success, and y'all are going to be both working together in order for that marriage, that relationship to be successful. So I think there's a necessity to be able to mirror people who do it good. So for women, being able to have those mentors that are older than them, that will give them good influence in becoming or in having successful marriages. For men, same thing, having mentors that they can mirror to achieve those successful and healthy marriages. So Prototype, whenever you said no to that, was it because the men shouldn't mirror other men? Was that what the?
No. Men shouldn't mirror bad men, but men will mirror bad men just because the bad men get money. I mean, get girls.
Yeah, but then if your goals are not for that, if your goal is to, for example, to have a healthy, successful marriage, a healthy family dynamic, then you're going to desire to look for and seek those people, even as for your circle, who have those similar goals, so that y'all can strive at it together.
It depends because only because bad men get all the women. They get the church girls, they get the ugly girls, they get the bad girls, they get the pretty girls. You know what I mean? So if I'm a man that wants one of those kind of girls, it's better to have more options. You know what I'm saying? Than be a niche guy and then get your niche girl taken by a guy that everybody likes, that every girl likes. So I think
on the line.
Be a man that attracts a lot of attention, and then get your niche out of that.
Interesting. What you got? Who you got, Dwayne? Who you choosing?
Ash. Hey, don't even trip. You were supposed to go first, so you had plenty of time.
Right.
The lies you tell after you come off mute is amazing. Keep it up, my guy. But anyway, I agree with Prototype. Because reason why I asked for clarification, because I was going to say it depends on who looking in the mirror. Because everybody ain't looking at what they looking at, which is themselves. Because some people looking to mirror somebody that's probably got money or a great bod. It just depends on the perspective or the low self-esteem of the person that's looking in the mirror. Because you can see some of these relationships, how they date for the body. You know, they look fit, they look good together, or they dating because they got some money, or they ain't never had nothing. So when they come together, they think they got a lot. It just depends on the person that's looking in the mirror. That's my objection to that. Short and simple. Jamie, go ahead, pick your head up. Keep your head up. You know, Tupacing it out.
Both. Okay, so like, you know, when you don't get the answer first or whatever, like it's kind of hard because everybody says it, and then it's kind of like it's really a little redundant sometimes. So I just wanted to say both.
Okay, so choose one. Because really, I asked or, like, if it was a test, you could not put both.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose that women mirror men, and the reason why I say that is because men are leaders, and women being put in men positions, eventually you're going to start mirroring and competing against the very thing that you're mirroring. And so women have become competitive with men, especially in the work field. It just has happened. And so it's because we're out of order. which has been stated. And so women do mirror men, like especially now with modern women, like they play the game better than men do at this point. Men are getting played at their own game, and I could feel how it's very upsetting because men have like chose to keep the game under lock and then lie. And so now women have watched and learned, and now there's women that are ruthless. Like I'd be like, dang, some of the stories that some of the men go through now, I'm like, that is something fierce. But that's because what women do is whatever you give a woman, she multiplies or makes it better, right? So she took the man's game and now has created her own playbook, and it is something foul. It's very foul. And actually, you know, the stats actually proved that there's just a bunch of wicked women out there. And so it's men's choice. Yeah, there are. They like to kill babies. And they proved it when they voted. Okay. And so that made me feel good. I got that off my chest. I was really bothered. really, really bothered by that. But that just tells you the state of the mind of people. And so I'm going to say that women mirror men. Women have exploited themselves a little bit more because they feel like they're going to get attention from a man, right? That's where you get all of these models and these women going ahead and showing their bodies, because the likes and the money that comes with it or the attention is what they want. Everybody seeks validation in some place. People seek it majority of the time from other people because they never got it at home, right? And if they don't have a firm foundation in Christ, they don't look to the Bible for it, right? They don't look to it from wise counsel or anything of that nature. They look to it from people, from a post and how many likes they get, how much attention they get, how many DMs they get, even though they say they don't want it. Oh, don't DM me, but that back shot, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get that back shot. You feel me? Right? So women mirror men. That's my answer. Monique. Did you go, Monique?
No, she hasn't went yet.
Okay.
I mean, I agree. I feel like you each have said something that has highlighted that it's a bit of both. But yes, I definitely agree with Jamie on that aspect. So, for sure.
So you agree that women have mirrored men in a way? Like, so I think that's confusing.
Whether it's like, go ahead.
It's confusing in the way that she explained it, because to me anyway. So what I'm saying is, in the Bible, it tells us as husbands that we're supposed to know our wives. It also says that we are the leaders in the house, right? And so we set the temperature, if you will, right? And we set the tone of how the house is going to be. And so if we're doing that, then if she's mirroring us, then that's a positive thing, right?
What part is confusing? We're not talking about marriages. We're talking about people in relationships in the world. So I'm trying to understand what part was confusing. I stated what we're talking about, people in relationships in the world. So you're giving a biblical standard to people who don't read the Bible. Okay, and so their influences are what he said, Dwayne said, which was social media influencers, not biblical married men.
Okay, well then also this is what I'm also saying is that you said, you can correct me, that women are mirroring men at, I'm assuming you said, at how they used to date. Is that what you said?
Yeah, at the game that men play. So in the world, the dating world, there's a game that men play, and women in the world, which is a vast majority of people, play this game now, and men don't like it. That's why what's her name? Sprinkle is so popular, is because Sprinkle is Sharon something, whatever her name is. She has a great following where she teaches women how to play the game. and to get what she can or what you can from men, whether they are married or they're single, because there's a game that was being played, and now women know how to play it better than men. And people, we can act like there wasn't a game, but there definitely is a game that's played when people are not saved. Manipulation and control is the serving of that game.
See, the problem with women trying to play a game that men are so-called playing is they interpret it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because it's not the game that men are actually playing, and we generally don't play with women that are not playing the game. Like, women will go play with men who are trying to be genuine, and men only play with the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Or the girls that are genuine. You know what I mean? And then, like, if there's been plenty of times where, like, a man's like, you know what, I ain't even gonna do her like that because she's just too good, or she's a good person, or whatever. I ain't gonna treat her like that, and we'll go find some more hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, women don't play with the guys that's playing the game because they can't match with them. They play with guys they so-called call simps, but them guys are looking for a genuine connection. You know what I'm saying? So they playing with guys with true heart, and didn't get mad when they turning these guys with a true heart into savages. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes really out here trying to look for something genuine, and you did him dirty. Now he's becoming what y'all hate. You know what I'm saying? Because he realized, like, oh, they treat me like this. Now I'm going to respond. But they playing the game with the wrong guys.
Isn't that a contradiction, though, to what you stated earlier? Unless, because you said that men are the reasons why women fail.
Yeah.
So how do you match that up to be like, now you're saying the man is responding to how a woman did him?
He can respond, but he's not playing the game she's playing.
Explain that.
Women are playing this manipulative game of let me extract whatever resources I can get from you, or whatever game they think they're playing, or if they're being whatever, you know what I mean? But guys don't dog out good girls on a regular basis. We dog out.
But you're saying, like, if he gets his heart broken, now he transitions. I'm gonna come to you, Monique. I saw that.
If he gets his heart broken, then he starts to go dog out the hoes. Or he then sees every girl as a hoe.
But isn't that him not standing on his square, but him being affected by what she did?
I said that earlier, though.
So how then is
I
it?
said that earlier.
Yeah. So then how do you continue with the statement that men determine women's success and failure?
They do. Because she's responding from a man. She's acting like that. Some man did her that way, or that's what she's seeing. It all stems from a man. Like, even if girls are like chasing after Beyonce, right? They idolize Beyonce. Well, Beyonce had somebody that she was trying to appeal to. So essentially, all them women are all chasing after Jay-Z, essentially.
Or Russell Wilson, like Sierra.
I don't know how you're adding that one in, but okay.
Because that's the point. That's the thing.
I don't see women acting like Sierra.
They want to find a Jay-Z.
I don't see women acting like Sierra.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I hear more women saying they want a Russell Wilson than I hear.
They're not acting like Sierra either, though.
Am I bugging, ladies? Was it not a statement for a minute? They trying to find a Russell Wilson.
That is a lie. That was just cloud. That is a lie. I'm here to speak on all of them. Speak for them. They were lying because you know what they call Russell? What's his name? They call him a simp. They don't want a simp. They want something sitting on the block all day playing the PlayStation where he could be found. You know, this is what it is. Let's just cut the crap for a minute, okay? Everybody talking about they want this unicorn. That's what we're gonna call it because it's a mythical creature because it doesn't exist. It's a delusion. Okay. Now they talking about they want this man to come in that share his feelings, that work hard, but he's at home when they get off. The food is cooked, the house is clean, the kids is tended to. But this man done worked all day. He comes home and share his feelings. He shares everything about his day. They kumbaya and they taking trips. I want to know, where is this Santa Claus at? because it don't exist. See, that's this foolishness they don't put on the internet, and you got these dooloos out here. That's they do name dooloos out here talking about he make 100,000 a year, 10,000, these stupid numbers that I've never. Anyway, we're not talking about the numbers because the numbers don't even add up because they can't add nothing up. But anyway, they don't want Russell. They ain't never want that man. They want Future and all in with the 30 baby mamas so they can say, yeah, I got him now. But yet he over there talking to your homegirl and you don't even know it. You got to put this eye over there. That's why some of them people be cross-eyed. That's why the eye go like this, because they got to watch the man and then watch the girl to make sure she ain't saying too much. You ain't never noticed that? You ain't never been in a setting and you be like, dang, she watching Buddy kind of hard. He must have cheated before. Yeah. Oh, that's who he cheated with over there. It's about to go down. Hey, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just peeping. You ain't never been nowhere like that. You can just feel that tension in there. You know Buddy cheated. You know he cheated. You just don't know with who. But then all of a sudden she walk in like, oh. Hey girl. Yeah, you still with him. That's how it is. I don't care about dark and bright over there shaking his head, but that's what it is. It's not. I found out what it is. Prototype. It's not Cake and Eat It too. It's Kate as a K-E-T and Edith, the other woman too. That's what I found out. Black folks been getting it wrong. I saw it on the internet. Blame IG for it. See, that's how I know I got too much time in my head. They said black folks always say it's Cake and Eat It too. No, it's Kate and Edith too. Hey, but I digress. I don't choose no violence, but I throw a rock.
Monique, what you got?
Ash was too funny. Yes, a lot of what she's saying, yes, it is true. And it's unfortunate. And this is why, but going back to what Jamie's stating earlier, it's because it's the ways of the world. And so, but unfortunately, I do feel like culture has crept into the church and infected the church as well, when really church like the kingdom is supposed to affect culture, but we're seeing so much of the ways of the world have crept into the church that people in the church act just like people in the world. And it's very unfortunate. This is why I'm literally on a mission to try to change this. And because the things that she's saying, it's true that I never went for, the bad boys, whatever, because in my logical mind, I'm like, no, I don't want to be treated like that. And so, but it's where the attention is. It's where the quote excitement comes from, when really that's just a dysfunction within all of these women. And a lot of times it does go back to a lack of a father figure in their life. It does go back to that a lot of times. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but yes, it's true though, what she's saying.
Proto, what was you thinking?
I called Cap.
On who?
On Monique. Talk about you ain't had no bad boys, you ain't had no drug dealers, no athletes.
No. The first boyfriend I had was, I guess if you want to say a bad boy, that was the very first one. And after that, I was completely thrown off by everything that happened in that relationship, because never having a boyfriend before, and even him being someone who wasn't saved. And so this is also why I talk about no missionary dating. Like, we're not out here trying to get people to come to God in, through relationships. No missionary dating. They need to already be at a place where they have a relationship with God. That's what we want. And so that would be the only time was that. So otherwise, yeah, I learned a very hard lesson through that one. So
you ain't dating nobody with no record.
Why you think every woman dated? How many dudes you think got records, my guy?
A lot of them. A lot of them.
Not in my
You
circle.
think that most black
Well,
dudes
you know, not in your circle
Not in my circle.
because you're not in the circle.
Oh no, I keep it real tight circle.
You're not in the circle.
Yeah, this is not the Cowboys over here. You got a record. You're not on my team.
You gotta say pause. I keep it real tight. Pause.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My daggum friend circle, absolutely. Yeah, it's real tight. But I will chime in on this because if Proto, if you're going to ask that question, have you ever tried to get a female who was tossed around in a relationship with you, like the hoe, and you tried to turn her into a housewife?
Did I ever try to? No.
Yes, we'll flip the question. Like, you ain't never been, act like you never been with a bad. Have you ever been with a hoe?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you try? Did you want it to work?
What?
You took too long to answer. You thought about it.
That don't make sense.
You thought about it.
I want to no. What do you mean been with a hoe?
Oh, here we go. So you ask, hey, what was your body count? You have a set number in your mind. What's too much? She was over that quota, but you were like, but she got these qualities that.
No.
That's what I was getting at.
That's a temporary situation.
I call Cap. He's over there.
Good. I mean, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. You call Cap for Monique though, but they calling Cap on you though. That's what they're saying. Saying that you at some point in time probably tried to make a 304 your main chick.
No.
That's what he was saying.
Never.
That's because he was the 304 back in the day. Come on now. He done said it before.
He did say that.
It was
and
symbiotic
he over there
relationship.
married and I ain't that something?
Yeah.
The shame.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so to kind of go back to, we're gonna go back. Let me see. This is, I don't know if it's connected, but I had this question because I saw this video where this lady was saying that she wouldn't give up her career if a man was talking about taking care of everything, right? And so it lent me to the question of just people in general. Do people pursue career more than marriage? Or why do people pursue career more than marriage? Or connected to that, why don't people pursue marriage like they pursue a career? Meaning that they're not going to stop until they get it right. I think Michael Jackson had a song about that, right? Don't stop till you get it right. And so why is it that they put all this energy into building up their monetary or their status, but not do the same for their marriage? Who want to go first?
I'll go first.
Let's go.
It's harder to be a good person than to hit certain marks, right? So the more money you make, the more of an ass you could be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard to be a good person, to always be upstanding. So that's what you would be. You would need to be a good, upstanding person to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But the more money you got, then the more asshole you could be, and people are truly selfish. You know what I'm saying? I could be more selfish. I could be more of an ass. I could be more of that non-good person. You know what I'm saying? If I have these monetary things. So people rather make money than to be good.
Interesting. Who you got next?
Monique, the capper.
Did you say Monique the capper?
Yes. I think for some people, pursuing a career is much easier than a marriage because marriage requires something of you. It requires maturity. It requires growth. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. Now, you could say the same thing would be for a successful career, which is true. But at the same time, no one is going to hold you accountable for the way you are as a person, because you can sit behind a computer and become very successful. You don't have to necessarily be in relationship with a bunch of people. You don't necessarily have to have people really close to you. But in a marriage relationship, the spouse, that's really what they do. Like, they really point out areas that you need to grow in. They point out areas that you need to mature in. And it requires sacrifice of your time, your heart. It requires vulnerability when a career doesn't require vulnerability from you. So I think that's why for some people it's easier, and the career is something they could hide behind when it comes to who they are as a person, their personality, things within them that they know are wrong, that are bad. You can hide behind a really good, successful career, but you can't hide behind that when you're living with the person all the time and you're in relationship, in marriage with that. So that's what I would say.
That's what's up. Who you got next?
Jamie.
All right, good, because I agree with you. And I think it really actually goes back to that question he asked about the mirroring men, women mirroring men, and men mirroring women. Because when you are in a marriage, there's like a mirror on your significant other forehead, right? And so it does reflect back to you the ugly parts of you. That's just like when you read the word of God, right? And you get to the part where you find out what types of sins are what, and they say a selfish ambition is a type of sin. When you are selfishly ambitious, you're sinning. Yeah, right. And that hits different because we're told to, especially right now in the church, is saying technically be self-centered, right? Self-care, make sure that you take care of yourself. What is your purpose instead of what is the will of God? And so that mirror that we're talking about originally is what is something that nobody wants to look at. I don't want to look at the ugly parts of me. I want a mirror that reflects only the nice parts of me. And then that's what a job does, though. So when you get a job and you climb up the ladder and you're able to work for that, it shows the great parts of you, the strong-willedness, right? The work ethic, the I don't quit, the resilience. But when you have a partner and you have to lay next to that person after they told you really suck, you know what I'm saying? Your evaluation was at a 0 and you don't know how to fix that. Nobody wants that type of change that has to come with that. We want somebody to pat us on the back and say, just like I think Humble Dad last week said something about the meetings where it says, oh, everybody's doing a great job, right? But we know that's a lie. We know not everybody's doing a great job. We know that there's more people working harder than the other people. But since they want to save face and feelings, they only say everybody's doing a great job. And so when we pick a job over a relationship, that's why. It's because we want to be told that we're doing a great job. That's it. So who is it? Ash is next, I think.
This is for this particular question, I'm going to go with Programming 300 Alex, because programming. Let me go into
programming.
Yes, I'm going to go with Programming 300 Alex, because as a little girl, you are told to not rely on a man. You shall go get a career and be part of the workforce. Make sure you have your own money, because if that man's leave you, he leaves you with nothing. You should always have a stash by yourself. That man should not know anything of what you have. It's the left should not know what the right hand is doing. And I say unto my fellow nephews and brotherings out there, you should also have a stash that the woman should not know about as well. Have a separate bank account. Cancel the bank statements. Make sure it don't come to the house. Make sure she don't know all your passwords. Nah. I choose violence. What's wrong with you over there? I told you I choose violence.
In tongues?
Yes. And no.
Oh, man.
What's wrong with you?
false prophesying like a.
But I'm just saying, for real, little girls are told that you should not depend on a man. You should always have your own. And then, like I said, it's propaganda programming, because then when you reach my age, they start looking at you. What's wrong with you? Why you ain't married? Well, you the one said choose a career. Because if I'm working, that means I have less time to look up on the horizon for a man, unless it's the boss man. Why you think all this infidelity going? Why? Because they say look up on the horizon for a job, and then the job, there goes the man. But that's not the man you need to be looking at. They don't give all the good details. They just give you a vague synopsis of what you're supposed to do. And then as we are young and ignorant, we go out there like, oh, that go man. Oh, the boss man looking fine today. Look at him in the suit. He coming through. Then, we choose a different kind of violence. Then we got the workplace violence. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. And then you got the older generation judging the younger generation because, oh, you're not supposed to do it like that. Well, Sally Mae, how was I supposed to do it? You didn't even get it right. And then you'll go back and you'll look at them. They ain't even happy, but they tell you you ain't happy because you ain't do it how they thought you should do it. See, that's what's wrong with the delusion. The delusion is passed down with a different set of rules to go with the delusion that they're trying to pass down. If you can follow that, because I can't follow it. That's why I stay single, because I don't understand how to have one with the other, because you can't. You can wash the hands all day, but sometimes you see that. Hold on, let me make sure I get it. You see how you can miss that by doing this? Sometimes you can miss something. I don't reach all the way around, because you kind of be fast and quick. That's the problem. Sit down and actually teach what needs to be taught. Maybe people want to get married, and then when we get this age, everybody like, I want to be married now, but I got baggage, I got emotional damage. But please take me as I am. I don't need to work. That's what they said. I can stay just like this and work and have this career, and a bunch of crock of crap. How you gonna be with somebody and you're damaged, and you're damaged beyond repair, and some of them don't even know they damaged and dysfunction, as Monique say, because they've been living in that dysfunction. That's the problem. That again, the delusion. If you're delusional and you're functioning in a dysfunction, hey, you got to come out of it sometimes. You got to come out of it. I had to come out of it. I had to realize with my first living boyfriend, I can't do this. I can't do all this arguing. Like, this is chaotic. We got to have peace. Because in order for me to go and be functioning in the world and be ready for the job, at that time I was in beauty school, I got to be at ease, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to get in here mixed color, dealing with these folks' hair. I got to be at peace. You can't have all this argument. Like, I don't understand how people do it. That's why I say I don't want to fight no more. Hey, go on about your business. I live in peace now. Lonely peace. And hey, but I roll over and go, ding dong, best is calling. Hey, it's good. I'm peaceful. Dwayne, go ahead, because you look like you about to bust.
No, I'm just been taking everything that y'all had to say. And
you loving this, aren't you?
Oh, I am. Oh man, Jamie, I had to take a note out your book. I had to hit the good old Google and do a definition search. Okay, career, an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life, and with the opportunity for progress. To the question at hand, why do people pursue careers more than marriage? Well, careers are easier. Is anybody here self-employed? Oh, Jamie, hello. Okay, you're self-employed. There's a thing when you got to depend on yourself, and you don't have a guaranteed check coming every week or every 2 weeks. You got to show up differently. Okay, and if you don't show up, the consequences show a lot quicker than whenever you have a job and where you show up, and it doesn't matter how you show up, you still gonna get paid.
Right. I'm working right now. Actually, my client just messaged me. And so that's why I'm looking down, because I don't have an option but to work. So yeah, you're right. I'm working right now, because that right there is more important than what's going on.
No, and I'm with you, because it's you. And the reason why I bring that up is a lot of people want to be self-employed, and I think there's a lot of security that comes with having a career where you have a 9 to 5, especially whenever you salary, right? You could skip a few hours and you still get paid and blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Now let's get down to the meat and the potatoes. Jamie, you hit something really important. I like how you say with a career, sin is not really a factor. Like how you live your life outside of work, that don't play too much in. But whenever you show up at the job, there are certain requirements that's required of you. Now, whenever you are in a relationship or whenever you're married, how you show up is important. And the fact that you showing up is a lot that you can't hide. Especially whenever you're living in the same house, under the same roof. And those little ticks, you might not like such and such, right? But you can tolerate them for a few hours. And then you could go and you could talk about them behind their back. You could do that with your mate, but it's a little bit more difficult. So that's one of the things I was thinking about. But then this right here, the room, or better yet, it says the opportunity for progress, that affirmation, that promotion. At your job, you could promote and you could climb the ladder, and it's much easier to measure the rungs of the ladder in which you climb. Like you can see how much you get paid. You could look where you were 5 years ago to where you are right now, and you can see that there is a difference in your pay rate. So that's measurable. It's difficult to measure that in a relationship if you're not paying attention. If you're not wanting to be successful in that marriage and where you want to go. So some people are from that complacency, going back to if you're just showing up and there ain't no consequences. You can show up however which way. Guess what? You can't fire me, especially if you work for the government. Anyway, but it's like, hey, you can't fire me. So you could show up any which way. So that's one thing. Another thing I would like to say. For those women who have been programmed to you're perfect, you're perfect, you're perfect. The moment they don't get that, you know what happens? I'm out. So you can have a career, but you could work for multiple different employers. Whenever you're married, it's supposed to be that one. So instead, whenever things, Jamie, like what you were saying, whenever things do get thick and heavy, you say you dip out. In a marriage, when things get thick and heavy, you're supposed to work it out. And through the working out is where in 5 years, you can then look back at where you were and then say, hey, we went through that. And we're so much stronger and better now because we got through it. But because it's much easier to just dip out and just change, now guess what? You have some career wives. You have some career husbands who got multiple different employers in which they work, their work history. And I'm saying that from the standpoint, yeah, you can get, before you get into a marriage, you got people 4th, 5th, marriage. And I'm not talking through a tragedy where somebody passed away. I'm talking about through choice. So my bad. I digress.
Yo, bad. That was phenomenal.
Appreciate that.
That take how you likened I guess singlehood to a W-2 type of job as opposed to being married to a W-9 type of job, self-employed. It's very interesting of that because the work that it goes into being self-employed is different than the work that it takes to be a W-2 worker, right? I would say the other part of the caveat is also when you are married to somebody that is an entrepreneur, you as that person that, like me, I'm the W-2 and my wife is a W-9. it's so important for you all to be on the same page as well, right? And hold her down, or if the shoe was on the other foot, hold him down, and know that there is going to be a rocky point, because being an entrepreneur, the money is not always going to be the same, right? So you got to be okay with the ebbs and the flows, as opposed to being in the, in a what did you say, in a career, you always know that you're going to get paid, right? So that I really like that one. I hope that one gets chopped up really well. Proto, did you go on this one? All right. Did everybody get a chance? All right. Well, this has been dope. You know what I'm saying? I like this conversation. Monique, was it okay?
Yes, good conversation.
Okay, good. Because a prototype typically run people off. So, I'm just checking on you.
That's where he finds success.
Yeah, Law said that in the chat. He said, "Don't run off, prototype." You know what I'm saying? So before we get out of here, what can people find you at, Monique?
Instagram would be my name. I am Monique De Leon. And then website, thrivinginsinglehood.com. That is where you can find the mentorship program, online courses, things that I provide for Christian singles. So you can do that. I have a few websites, but that would be the one specifically in regards to what we were talking about today. So thrivinginsinglehood.com.
That's dope. Dwayne, what you got?
DwayneJonesPhotography.com. We'll go with that.
What's up? It's me, Jamie.
You can follow me on YouTube at Jamie Radiance Moorhead 7.
Y'all probably need to connect, Jamie. Y'all kind of running the same vein, you and Miss Monique.
Yeah, I was gonna message her.
Oh, okay.
I was. No, that was good. You're right. Now she has a heads up.
I thought about you when I knew she was coming on. Y'all be a really good duo, shall I say. Prototype, where can they find you?
Prototype Dad Podcast. You come on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm all over the place, man. Prototype Dad. Just Google us.
Just Google me. That was a good show last week. Did you think so?
Yeah, for sure. I don't remember it, but yeah, it was a good show. It's week to week. You know what I mean? Like,
was talking about what would it be like? What's the?
We didn't even get there though. We didn't really get to the topic because you kind of that wasn't. Hey, I gotta talk to you. Yeah. I gotta talk to you. We got a little air beating. You know what I'm saying? Me and some other guys. One of the wives came out and was like, "How you let Humble Dad come on your show and dog y'all?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, what are you talking about?
I don't be dogging people, man. I just state my perspective. Yeah.
Hey, it was. Well, you know what I mean? It was a good show.
Yeah, y'all should go check that out. It was solid. Ash, what you got?
Instagram. Leave Facebook alone. I'm not adding any new people. That's for Facebook equals family.
Ooh,
Instagram equals everybody.
I made it.
He made it.
Yeah, you never would have made it if it hadn't been for Ash.
I can't stand that dude. I'm telling you. I don't know. Maybe he needs to leave. I need to leave. Maybe I need to take another break. Something. He's too much for me.
Don't take another break, Ash. You've been coming with the fire since you came back from your hiatus.
I know, but that guy over there, he's just something serious. That's a lot to work with. That's a lot of pressure. Monique, please come back and join us. As always, you're always welcome. Don't let that guy run you off. Jamie, can you come back next week? Because I need my tag team. Usually we'll be able to tag team, bounce out today. Like, is this election really got you off your rocker? Because friend, we can have a whole kumbaya moment. Because I need my friend back. Normally we and then this guy here.
I'm here for y'all.
I never think he's so bold.
Simply amazing.
This is what
this is a great show.
No, come on. You see how
Absolutely
he
he's the best.
see how he acting right now? This is what I was talking about.
Oh, here he
about
goes.
the Eagles fans. You understand what I'm saying? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Them Eagles fans. You don't like the Eagles fans, man.
Hey, I was the right shade, but I couldn't be FBA, so I had to choose something. Okay.
Come on, man. See, this is why we don't like Eagles fans. They just get bold. You know what I mean? They get out of pocket. Like, sit back and chill. Like,
hey, they invited me to their cookout, and I came. They were nice people, so I got grabbed me a plate. Next thing we knew, we were family.
I know when they get what they want, they gonna kick you out of it. How about that?
Hey, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. We almost at 1,200 subscribers, y'all. Let's pick it up. Appreciate y'all. Hey, don't
Balloons. Okay.
The balloons.
Ash, what you be doing?
I don't know. Just
You
it's
celebrate?
something like we discovered this one night. It's like something with Apple. They got this weird stuff going on. Like if I hold this thumbs up, sometimes it'll catch it. Sometimes it'll be a thumbs up. I don't know. I promise you, I don't. As you can see, my hands are up. I don't touch any special effects. We're basic over here. We're basic.
Crazy.
Very basic.
That's what's up. Hey, until next time, we out here. Deuces.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.